let's talk about the legislative session.
Yes.
Your initial thoughts on it. Everybody's got to make a compromise, and it was to get us on solid financial ground again.
Yeah, I mean, we're facing a nearly $2 billion deficit, and so the budget we passed addresses that, and it doesn't cut vital services for Arizonans. We certainly made cuts, but they were targeted in a way that protected services that Arizonans rely on, and we were able to get some new investments in expanding childcare, in border funding, and the fentanyl crisis, and more affordable housing as well.
You had a lot to overcome, more than $1 billion shortfall. Are we going to keep seeing this? I mean, school vouchers aren't going anywhere. The taxes situation has changed. Are we going to be facing this every single time?
No, we won't be facing the deficit every single time. I think this year was like a stabilizing year. And, but I think, certainly the revenue situation we're in plays into how we have to reshift our priorities and work with what we have. Certainly, part of my agenda is making things more affordable for Arizonans, and the tax cuts certainly did that. And there's more to do.
You have sort of 6 issues that you focus on, at least according to your website: education, affordable housing, reproductive rights, water and the environment in one group there, border, and the economy. Which one of those, sort of, if they were all your children, is giving you the most stress at night? Like, what's keeping you up at night with those?
Well, I think despite the challenges of having a divided government, we've been able to do a lot on all of those areas. Certainly, I wish we could have done more to rein in the unaccountable ESA program. There needs to be guardrails. I've made that clear. I set forward an ambitious agenda to bring some accountability. And so there's definitely still more work to do there. That will certainly help with some of the budget issues we're seeing. But I feel really good about the direction we're headed with affordable housing, with water security. We set up the border coordination office to address issues at the border, especially in the absence of the federal government's failure to secure the border. And I know that's a source of frustration for so many Arizonans, and we're going to continue to tackle all those issues.
Are you seeing some hopeful signs in new numbers from the border, especially within the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, I think the president's executive order has certainly had some impact, and I had a briefing with Border Patrol very recently, and they affirmed that. I think it's too early to know if that's a trend, but I'm certainly glad to see the president listening to our requests and taking the executive action he's able to when Congress refuses to pass the bipartisan border bill.
Do you finally feel heard, if you will, in response to the border?
I mean, I wish Congress would do more. I think that's really what we need, but this executive action was helpful.
Yeah. As far as the school vouchers, since we touched on that, what are some of the guardrails that you hope to see very soon?
Well, when the first ESA program was passed, the idea was to provide options for students who are not having their needs met by public schools. And with this universal expansion, folks who were already able to afford private school are just getting a government subsidy to do that. And so I talked to folks in rural communities who their taxes are paying for these ESAs for kids in Maricopa and Pima County. There's not private school options in Show Low or Yuma, and so all these folks are paying for that, and they're not getting the same kind of school choice that this program is supposedly supposed to provide. So we know that. We also know that there's expenses that are not related to education at all. We sell luxury car driving lessons, ski rentals, all kinds of things. And Arizonans should expect that their tax dollars that are being spent on education are actually being spent on education.
What was your reaction when you saw some of those luxury items, a grand piano listed?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't surprising, honestly, knowing how this was rammed through without any, I mean, if they really wanted to make sure that it was accountable, they would have put those guardrails in place to begin with, and that didn't happen. So now we're having to try to go back and fix that.
Is that frustrating?
Absolutely. Yes. There's so many things that if I could say, I told you so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had like a 40% increase in the number of people using the vouchers. I mean, It's kind of like giving a kid a credit card at the mall and saying, with no guardrails, you
Yeah.
know?
And then it forces our public schools that have been underfunded for decades to compete in an environment where it's just not a level playing field.
I know that you've put together a task force
Mm-hmm.
of some teachers on retention issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to come up. The school vouchers have got to come up in those conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our educators just feel attacked left and right by unfunded mandates, by underfunded classrooms. I have two sisters that are public school teachers, so I hear this all the time. But the retention task force really just underscored all of those issues. People who aren't sure if they would decide to pursue a career in teaching again if they had to make that choice again, and we have to do something about that because we're talking about the next generation of leaders and innovators in our state, and we need the workforce that's committed to teaching them.
And can you talk about how important that is to drawing more business into Arizona? Because if we don't have a strong educational system for them to send their kids to, it's kind of a turnoff when you're choosing between states where to go.
Yeah, it's not just about where they send their kids, but it's about having the pipeline for the workforce that they need. And we're benefiting from these incredible federal investments that are creating jobs. In just my first year and a half in office, we've created more than 110,000 jobs. And that's going to continue because we're continuing to grow as a state. But we have to make sure that our citizens are equipped to take advantage of those opportunities so that we're not just growing for the sake of growing, but that every Arizonan has the opportunity to thrive.
Yeah, speaking of jobs, the May jobs report came out for Arizona. 3.4%. You have to be celebrating that number.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it underscores everything we've been saying about the economy and that, we're continuing to provide jobs. This is the lowest unemployment number we've had in decades.
Since 1976, I think it said. Yeah.
Yep.
So where do you see opportunities for growth then? If our numbers are that good for the economy and for how we're doing here.
Well, we are really emerging as the semiconductor hub for America, and the Biden administration is really focused on bringing that kind of manufacturing back to the United States. It's important for national security, and they see Arizona as critical to that equation. It's also bringing all these supply chain companies as well, and so that's a huge area for growth. And we've done a lot to invest in workforce development to create the pipeline. There's a lot of jobs available that are high paying, good benefits, and don't require a college education, but there's some training. And so we've been investing in workforce, and not just here in Maricopa County, but we've set up a lot of workforce accelerators in rural colleges around the state to take advantages of the burgeoning industries in areas across the state.
You and I were both out there for Biden's visit to that fab facility. Can you speak to the critics who say, oh, it's taking too much water?
So there is so much happening in terms of water technology and the ability to reuse. And we're working with our universities, particularly ASU, to continue to advance those technologies to recycle all of that water, because we know it's an issue. I mean, two things that are really critical for us here, water and the ozone, and fabs use a lot of water, they produce a lot of emissions. And so we're really working with the industry to make sure that we're continuing to grow in a sustainable way that doesn't deplete our resources and harm the health of Arizonans.
Thank you for speaking to that. A lot of times we hear from viewers on that, and we want to make sure that we address that. One thing that I know that you've touched on is the criminal investigation that's going on right now. You've said before that you're doing what's best by kids. Can you speak to the idea that there should be a dual investigation? Are you welcoming that, or what's your response to that part?
I'll first say I'm a social worker, and of course I'm doing what's right for kids in foster care in Arizona, and my administration will always do what's right for Arizonans. So because there's now more than one investigation, I'm not going to comment further on that, but I will say I look forward to the conclusion and showing that we did act in the best interest of Arizonans. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue to tackle the challenges we're facing.
Your commitment to kids shows through and through, and to those who are experiencing homelessness. And as you've spotlighted the education issue with your siblings as well. How do you stay on the pulse of what Arizonans are feeling and experiencing?
So I have a great team here in the office. Our constituent engagement team gets calls from Arizonans every day. I get regular reports about what they're hearing from constituents. And I get feedback all the time that our staff is so responsive. Maybe not always the response they want to hear, but that people are getting responses. And so I think for me, it's really important as governor that I'm not just up here on the 9th floor, but that I'm out in the community and that I have ways to hear from folks all the time. And I think from what I hear feedback-wise, we're doing a good job of that.
One of the things we talked about in our last conversation via Zoom was the reproductive rights website.
Yeah.
I went on the website, super helpful because it's got pull-down menus and simple to understand words about where we stand on reproductive rights in Arizona. Have you seen a lot of traffic to that site? Has it been helpful? What's your feedback been on that in particular?
Yeah, I think that that folks have found it very helpful because it is very confusing. Just anecdotally, a staffer was at their gynecologist and found out what she did, and they said, "Oh my gosh, maybe you can help me. I don't know what care I can provide." And this was a professional doctor, and I was like, why isn't your association telling you? But I was really glad that that staffer was able to point her to that website so she could get the information. Since you touched on the abortion, I think one of the biggest accomplishments this session is absolutely repealing the 1864 ban. It's something I campaigned on, and something that 23 governors before me couldn't or wouldn't do. We still have a long way to go to protect reproductive freedom, and I'm glad that voters will have a chance to weigh in this November in the election, but I'm really proud that we did that.
How frustrating is it when you see leaders, especially political leaders, going back and forth on their opinion publicly on reproductive rights and abortion?
I think it's very frustrating, and it's really so clear that it's just being done out of political expedience and maybe not what they really feel, but the answer that they believe is going to be the best politically for them to give.
That's got to be frustrating, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was a huge issue in the 2022 election. My opponent gladly embraced the 1864 ban. And then as soon as the court ruling came down, she's like, oh, this goes too far. Katie Hobbs has to fix it.
Are people getting used to you doing veto, or are they still having to discuss that, or because you hold the record?
I had a lot fewer vetoes this year, and I think part of that is just shifts that we made in our approach. Learned some lessons from my first session, and had a different legislative team going into the session. We worked really hard to get bills to a place where I could sign them. And I heard feedback from both sides of the aisle that legislators really appreciated that. And so we'll continue to tweak how we work at the legislature, and if I need to veto something because I've made it clear, like, I am not going to stand for this kind of encroachment on people's rights and freedoms. But if we can work with folks to get something to where I can sign it, happy to do that.
Are they crafting better bills because of it? Specific or?
Yeah, a lot of times it's really small tweaks that can be made, but yeah.
Are you liking this job?
I love this job. I have the best job in America.